Welcome to our explainer. Today, we're going to unpack the big ideas from Rashid Jamran's awesome guide, Seronoknya Berniaga. Now that translates to the joy of doing business, and that's exactly what we're going to break down, how you can find that joy and really kickstart your own entrepreneurial journey.
So right off the bat, the book tackles this huge fear that so many of us have, right? This idea that starting a business has to be this impossibly complicated, super stressful thing. But what if that's just not true? What if we've been looking at it all wrong?
And there it is. That's the secret sauce. It's not about pretending the hard parts don't exist. It's about a complete mental shift, moving away from that feeling of pressure and dread, and instead leaning into passion and genuine excitement. It's all about making the journey itself fun.
Okay, so let's dig into the first big principle here. The whole philosophy in this book, it doesn't begin with a fancy business plan or a bank loan. Nope. It starts right here, in your head, with your mindset.
And the very first rule is so simple, it's brilliant. Just start with what you have. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for a huge investor to magically appear. The real power is in starting with the tools, the skills, and the resources you've got right this very second.
The book uses this number to make a really powerful point. It says that even if all you have is 10 Malaysian ringgit, which is literally just a couple of bucks, you have enough. You have enough to begin. You see, the point isn't about how much money you have. It's about the simple act of starting. That first tiny step, that's everything.
I love this definition of a business. It's such a great way to reframe it. A business isn't a building or a website. It's where your passion and your skills meet someone else's problem. When you think about it that way, selling suddenly feels a lot more like helping, doesn't it?
Now, this might sound a little bit like generic, feel-good advice, but the book presents it as a core business strategy. Because look, every single business on the planet has good days and bad days. Your ability to stay positive and keep looking forward, that's what will carry you through the tough times and help you make the most of the good ones.
Okay, so you've got the mindset on lock. That's step one. Now let's look at how the book turns that way of thinking into actual practical things you can do, like today.
So forget about complicated, expensive market research for a minute. The guide suggests a really simple, really human way to get started. Go to the people who already know and trust you, your friends, your family, and just follow these steps. Ask, listen, and then connect what they need with what you can offer. It is the perfect, low-risk way to test your idea out.
All right, this next one is super important. The book is really clear about this. From day one, your business money is not your personal money. They have to be separate. Set up 2 different bank accounts. And this isn't just about being organized, it's about protecting yourself. Mixing your money can cause massive headaches with taxes and even create legal problems later on. This one habit makes you a pro from the get-go.
And don't worry, planning doesn't mean you need to write some 100-page novel. A simple framework is all you need to start. Just by answering these key questions, you get so much clarity. What am I selling? How much does it cost? How are people going to find out about it? Where can they buy it? Simple questions, powerful answers.
So you might be thinking, okay, this all sounds good for a small startup, but does it really apply to the big leagues? Well, the book says absolutely, and it shows how these same core ideas are actually used by some of the biggest companies in the entire world.
Just take a look. Google didn't invent everything it owns. It was brilliant at buying other companies, like YouTube and Android. Alibaba built this massive ecosystem to cover all kinds of online shopping. And PepsiCo, they didn't just sell soda, they diversified like crazy. Every single one of them started with a core idea and then grew using a clear, focused strategy.
And that brings us to this piece of wisdom from Jack Ma. He's basically saying that real success isn't a solo mission. It's about building a team and empowering other people to be even better than you are. And from empowerment, we go right back to mindset with this quote from Sundar Pichai. It's not about having a perfect business where nothing ever goes wrong. It's about having the right attitude when things do go wrong. See how we've come full circle? It always comes back to your mindset.
So we've got collaboration, we've got mindset, and Tony Haddad comes in with that final crucial ingredient. That unstoppable drive that comes from self-belief, dedication, and just plain old hard work. Put them all together, and that's the engine of entrepreneurship.
So after we've explored the right mindset, walked through the first practical steps, and even gotten some inspiration from these global giants, the book brings the focus right back to where it needs to be. It brings it back to you.
And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? The book leaves you with this.
After all the ideas and all the inspiration, it forces you to think about the very next step. What is the one thing that truly matters right now?
It's so easy to get stuck here, in this endless loop of getting ready. We think, should I find more money? Do I need a partner? Ooh, maybe I should take one more course or read one more book. And look, all those things can feel really productive, but sometimes they're just clever ways to put off the real work.
And this is the book's final powerful answer. It just slices through all that noise, all the excuses, all the preparation, with one single liberating word, mulakan. It means start. That's it. The single most important thing you can possibly do with whatever you have from wherever you are is simply to begin.